combine dry heat and moist heat cooking techniques. So before I start, make sure that the ingredients and utensils are clean
before we use.
So let's start.
Before I start, I want to share moist heat uses. The use of water or liquid or steam to transfer heat to your food. This method includes poaching, simmering, steaming, stewing, boiling, or pot roasting in your food. Dry heat cooking involves the circulation of hot air or direct contact of a heat source to transfer heat to your food. Think of an open flame or an oven. Most often times this promotes the caramelization of surface sugar on the food. This is called the Maillard reaction. This method includes roasting, baking, grilling, barbecuing, boiling, pan-frying, or searing. Oftentimes, it uses the use of fat. These include sauteing or even deep frying. Some techniques, like I'm doing to show you today, is a combination of both, such as braising or stew. First, I'm going to start by heating up our oil. Typically, that's the first thing that you do if you're going to saute or sear. When the oil is ready, I put chicken in the pan. And check the chicken if looking like a golden brown. So that's sufficiently brown on that side. You could go a little bit darker, but you wanna cook the other sides of this. Make sure they're a nice sear on the bottom half. There's a lot of fat and like the chicken skin, so that's going to transfer flavor to your dish. So the majority of cooking techniques are generally like a dry cooking techniques, and more moist cooking techniques are usually when like something's cooking inside of like broth. So our next things is going to be sauteing some of the vegetables that we cut earlier. And this is a dry techniques because you're using heat but you're also using oil, but it's not cooking inside of a liquid. So other dry techniques are things like barbecue, roasting, and etc. Moist cooking techniques are making like a stew. If you're cooking like a pot roast, maybe with the liquid, that could be considered a moist technique. So when you're sauteing, your just kind of base is usually like onions or carrots. It's usually adds like a nice base to your recipe. If you start with the onions, you want to see that those onions are becoming a little translucent. You can start seeing to them. It's always good to add a little salt and ground pepper at the beginning too. So already add carrot and garlic. So let's cook just a little bit and add bell pepper. I find cooking at a lower or medium heat is actually best because you want to really good for sauteing. If you cook at nice even heat, you don't want to rush. Now I'm going to add tomato sauce and mix that around. Make sure everything is nice and evenly distributed. You can add a little bit of water. Just be able to help spread that tomato sauce around a little bit. Now we can add like those chicken pieces back in, and that's when it's actually going to be transforming from the dry heat to the moisty cooking.
This is the perfect dishes. That's all for today. Thank you for watching and listening, and see you in the next video. Bye!